My good people, what's going on? Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. Hope everybody's doing well today. Today, the topic is white on white violence is destroying America. And today we're going to break down the facts. We're going to break down the facts that it is true that what's going on right now in the political climate, in social climate, white on white violence is indeed destroying America, not black on black violence. We're going to break it down. Come on in, put your feelings to the side. Let's talk intellectually. I'm going to take it slow, let some people get up in here. I'm going to give a little brief recap of what's been going on past couple days. We know we had the train attack. We know we had a school shooting 2 weeks ago. We had um, another school shooting in Colorado the same day that Charlie Kirk was killed. The same day they turned this TV off, there was a school shooting going on in Colorado. Um, America's in an uproar right now. It's a lot of people that are very vengeful. They are very uh, hurt, scared, angry. And yesterday, there was an active shooter in Annapolis, Maryland. If for those who don't know, because I didn't see too many mainstream news stations covering this active shooter in Annapolis, Maryland. There have been protests. There have been visuals for Charlie Kirk. I saw at one visual there was a big fight that broke out, and they was in the street fighting. And it's very ironic. It's super ironic, and we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that, but I just want to really recap what's been going on over the past couple days. And the climate of America right now is really in bad shape. I want people to look at what's really going on out here, and I want people to really be honest. See, there's a level of dishonesty that's been going on. When you hear people like Charlie Kirk, Myron Gaines, Nick Fuentes, when you hear people like this speak, they're not really fair people, okay? I'm talking about fair. I'm talking about weighing out each side because it's never one-sided. The truth is never one-sided. It would be easy for me to get up here and to just say one side of the truth without giving context, without giving background, cause, and effect. And that's what a lot of these guys did. Charlie Kirk was one of those people who would just present an idea without being fair. Okay? So, white on white violence. We're gonna get to all the comments. Don't even worry about it. We got the real Derek Jackson in the building. Yeah, they're not gonna like this conversation. Um, Anybody that's fair, I don't care what color you are, anybody that wants America to succeed, that wants all this foolishness to stop, they're going to understand this, and they may not agree with everything I say, but they can at least think about it. You understand? Um, Charlie Kirk met his demise talking about gangbanging. I want to let that marinate for a minute. Charlie Kirk lost his life talking about gangbangers. And I want to ask a question. I want to ask everybody a question. And I want y'all to listen, even if you're a racist, I want you to think about the question I'm about to ask. Okay? As of today, when you look at the climate of the country, what crime is destroying America the most? Is it Chicago, black on black crime? Or is it the type of crime where a sniper can take out an activist from 200 yards? I want to ask y'all that question. Which which form of crime is more impactful? See, the thing is, a lot of the people who follow Charlie Kirk, they talk about black on black crime. They don't even live in black neighborhoods. They're not even affected by black on black crime. They don't even know anybody that's died from the hands of so-called black on black crime. But this shooting of Charlie Kirk, I bet you feel the effects of that. Don't doesn't it impact you? Listen, y'all. Listen. Listen. Let's not be just racist and unintelligent today. Let's be real people, real human beings. When Pookie and Ray Ray are having a shootout on the south side of Chicago, that does not impact you whatsoever. When this shooter, I forgot his goddamn name. I don't even know his name. Tyler. His name's Tyler. When Tyler kills Charlie, look at the impact of this shit. Look at how severe the damage is. Do y'all know how many people are going to die over this? Do you know how many shootings, mass shootings are going to come from this? No black people did this. Black people did not do this. So, white on white crime, which just happened 2 days ago, is destroying America. When I had somebody on my timeline on Facebook, she said, this has radicalized me. A lot of people on the right, they feel radicalized now. I'm not gonna call it assassination because Charlie Kirk wasn't shit. He was only shit to a bunch of impressionable people that want what he said to be true. You understand that? The only people that Charlie Kirk impressed were the people that didn't have a lot of knowledge, and then the people that want to push that narrative. But as we sit here today, this is a new day, y'all. This is a new day. I know, listen, instead of putting insults in the chat, I implore you to listen. Because anything I'm saying, everything I'm saying is a fact. It's a fact. I'm gonna say it again. When those shootings happened on Labor Day in south side of Chicago, Andrew, Biff, and everybody, y'all didn't feel no effects of that shit. You weren't harmed. It didn't spark nationwide outrage. But guess what did? This thing yesterday, the white on white crime that took place yesterday, this is about to, it already started. This is about to change everything here in America. You think we had mass shooters before? The mass shooters will double and triple. Because remember, a lot of people feel radicalized now. You understand? Let's get to some of these comments, man. I want to get some good comments, right? Because I don't want to talk to uneducated, low IQ racists. You dig? Okay, so Gabriel says, I am white, and I believe with all my heart that black people have better souls and are much more compassionate. We all thought Muslims killed Charlie. Let me say this to you. This is what I believe. Foundational black Americans have a track record of being peaceful, harmonious, fair. We have a track record of that. Not all black people are way more moral than we can't see. The thing is, we can't buy into the well, black people this, white people this. No. There's some black folks that don't care about nothing. Okay, that aren't harmonious, that aren't peaceful, that aren't fair. Okay, let's get that real clear. But we have a track record. It's the difference. This is the difference, y'all. I want y'all to hear me clear. I want y'all to hear me real clear. We have a track record of bringing morality to America. Everybody knows this. You don't listen. You little peons in the chat. You don't have to agree with me. The whole world knows this. The whole world knows about the civil rights movement, where we had to fight for you all to act civilized. We did that. There actually had to be a movement. There actually had to be no. God gives you potential. Listen, homie, prove me wrong. Did white people start the civil rights movement? Who started the civil rights movement? Who died and fought and got dogs sicked on them and got hung from trees? Who? We did, for people to act civilized. So, we have a track record of fighting for justice for all. Not just us. Not just us. We don't have a track record of fighting for a superior spot. We have a track record of fighting for other people, immigrants and other people, LGBTQ. We have a track record of fighting for these people, for human rights. We have a track record of that. That shit wasn't going on in America. That wasn't going on in America. And I'm just keeping it real. We just gonna be honest about this shit. We gotta be honest. Listen, today is a little bit different than it was back in the day. But back in the day, white folks were not fighting for equality and justice. If they were peppered in amongst the black movement. You understand? The forefathers were fighting for white supremacy. You understand? I know a lot of y'all not gonna like what I'm saying, but it is what it is. Listen, in order to get to a better place, we're gonna have to just be honest about this shit. The last Scion said, y'all start, but I don't know about the track record since we all been alive. I guess you're implying that things have the black community has went downhill. Is that what you're saying? Let me say this to y'all. When I speak very clearly, and you gotta catch the key words. I said foundational black Americans. A lot of the crime you see, and shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Africans, the Caribbeans, and the Haitians, and everybody. But I wanna give y'all something. When a Haitian criminal comes over here, an African criminal comes over here, a Jamaican criminal comes over here, and he starts shooting shit up, and he forms a gang, or he starts doing a crime, guess what that falls under? That falls under black. But we gotta distinguish the difference. I'm a foundational black American. My family didn't immigrate here. So it falls on us. But when those same immigrants, when they win some type of award, or when they do something good, the difference is distinguished. They're called a Jamaican American. They're called a Haitian American. They're called a Latin American. You understand? So yeah, sure. Let's just say the black community has went downhill. Let's just say that. There are several factors in why the black community is the way it is. At least we have an excuse. At least we have an excuse. God gives you potential. Say, explain hoods then, buddy. If I have to explain hoods to you, that means you don't know history. How do you think hoods became hoods? You think black people volunteered to live in the ghetto? No, no. That's not what it was. Black people didn't volunteer to live in the ghetto. At least we have an excuse. What is you all's excuse for assassinating Charlie Kirk? I'll wait. What is you all's excuse to be shooting up schools? What's your excuse? I know. The same bullshit. Y'all coping. It's a lot of cope in this chat. I'm asking real questions. My man one said, FBA are the children of Jacob. FBA all day, man. Foundational Black Americans. We in here. You dig? I'm asking real questions, and all you can do is throw insults. You dig? Yeah, I know. But anyway, what is your excuse? We had 400 years of slavery. We have systematic white supremacy. We have entertainment industry that pushes out propaganda and black destruction like there's no tomorrow. We got Love and Hip Hop, shows like Love and Hip Hop. We got drill music. We got gangster rap. We got trap music. That's all funded by the dominant society. What is your excuse? Why are y'all shooting shit up? We got neighborhoods where it is totally impoverished. Liquor stores on every corner. The U.S. government put crack cocaine in a black neighborhood. What is your excuse? Why are y'all shooting shit up? What's your excuse? Somebody tell me, what is your fucking excuse? Out there says, why aren't you raising the kids? I raised my kids, homeboy. What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean. Jeremy Loudon says they own all the record companies. They own all the record companies, and they give people like Chief Keef $6 million to promote black destruction. EE said people talking about victim mentality like Republicans aren't pinning this on liberals and leftists without knowing who did it. Come on, hey, EE, listen. Listen, let me tell you, man. These people are the real delusional people. They're in my chat calling me a victim, but they're out in the street saying, fight back, white man, fight. They're acting like victims. Not all. Shout out to my good white buddies and family. But we're going to talk real. Why are you in here calling me a victim when the Jews, in your own words, the Jews are kicking your ass? The Jews are oppressing you, right? Aren't the Jews supposed to be oppressing y'all? Huh? Hello? So, yeah, the whole victim thing, sure, we're victims. I have no problem saying that I've been a victim of racism in America. I have no problem saying that. You dig? We're being honest. We're not going to be degenerate liars. You know what I'm saying? The reason why America is on its way to fucking shambles is because of degenerate liars. White on white crime. The shit that y'all see going on, what's that young boy named Tyler? Why did Tyler kill Charlie Kirk? Joe Time said Kirk was hated because he said a man can't get pregnant. Did y'all see who killed Charlie Kirk? He wasn't a tranny. Try again, man. I bet you y'all was praying that it was either a black person or a tranny. Weren't you? It wasn't. It wasn't. Foul Sharpton said, Their woman love cheating on them. That's why they're mad. That's a major part. Listen, I ain't being funny. That's a major part of it. There's a major part of it. Truth Lies Wise says, now every time you turn around, another rapper is being sentenced to jail, or rather they did it or didn't do it, and getting huge time for it, and they're coming up dead. T-Mac said he had a picture dressed as, okay, let's say he was a tranny. Do y'all buy this shit? Are y'all really buying this shit? You mean to tell me a tranny jumped up on that roof with a sniper rifle and shot that man from 200 yards? Is that what you telling me? See, white supremacy is so delusional. Racist people are so... Racism is a narcissistic disease. Racists suffer from narcissism. You dig? Carpet Fire says he wasn't trans. Yeah, I don't buy that shit. You can look at him. Look, check him out. You can check him out. OG Levi said, you're delusional, bro. Sure, whatever. No, I'll be delusional. This is a good question. Dirk Diggler said, how could you justify which black people are treated poorly and which aren't? You mean, how can I distinguish? What do you mean, how can I justify? I don't understand the question. Chica Cherry said, we live in a time, y'all hit the like button for me. Chica Cherry said, we live in a time where everyone is saying, look at me, but don't look at me. You ain't see shit. Then everyone turns around and claims they see. I don't know what that is. Why is it that a white man killed Charlie Kirk? Why? Somebody tell me why did a white man kill Charlie Kirk? And I want you to also answer the question. Which type of violence is more impactful? Is it the Chicago, DC violence, or is it this violence that we saw 2 days ago? Which one has more of an impact on America? Because there seems to be a common theme. Everybody's running around here talking about black people are ruining America. Black on black crime is ruining America. I'm asking a serious question. As a bunch of people in America right now are saddling up and they're arming up and they're ready to kill and fight, which form of crime is more impactful? Which one is destroying the country? This shit that happened the other day to Charlie Kirk, this is bad for all of us. And what I see is people turn right to more hate. They turn right to more violence. And the reality is most of these people have been waiting for a race war since they were born. Their fathers was waiting on race wars. You dig? So it's in their heart. The first thing they jump to in their heart is to let's go to war. Right? And who are you going to war with? The the Democrats? You're going to, I saw a video where this dude was threatening the Democrats. It's on now. It's war. We're coming after you. What Democrats are you going after? What more you mean you're gonna do more mass shootings? See, y'all call the gangbangers pussies for shooting into a crowd. But the real pussies are the dudes that run into a school and start gunning down kids. Those are the real pussies. You dig? Or run into do a mass shooting or put a bomb like Timothy McVeigh. Put a bomb and kill kids in a daycare. You understand? Or run into a church, get old black folks. Like, what kind of weird shit is this? You understand? So who are you gonna fight? Who are you mad at? You're mad at the Democrats? I don't believe that was a democratic motivated thing. The Democrats, they stupid, But they not that fucking stupid, and they don't have that much heart. Okay. Sean said gang violence isn't mass shootings, question mark. Listen, y'all can flip, you can flip. Listen, I know you want us to have mass shootings too. It's just not the same, bro. See, people try to make it seem like, that's what Charlie Kirk was saying before they turned his TV off. They asked him a question. They was like, hey, how you feel about mass shootings or touch on mass shootings? And he was like, you mean including gangbanging? Pow! I digress. Y'all want us to have mass shootings. When we have mass shootings, it's normally people going into a space and doing a lot of shooting, normally with a switch. So a lot of innocent people get hit. You know the Glock switch, they go brrr. That's normally what's going on. Your mass shootings are a lot different. You walk into a movie theater, right? A movie theater where you don't know nobody. Nobody in that theater did jack shit to you. Let me tell you the difference between our mass shootings, because whatever. Okay, yeah, mass people were hit, whatever. A mass shooting in the black community is a block party or a cookout. Everybody's having fun. Two brothers get to arguing, or two rival neighborhoods see each other. They pull out their guns, they have a shootout, and a bunch of people get hit. At least we got a fucking excuse. At the least there's a reason. Now, you guys' mass shootings, you walk into a movie theater with a bunch of people you don't even know that didn't do anything to you. You have a manifesto. You have racial slurs written on your gun. You've been on 4chan and other white supremacist forums all year, hyping yourself up. And then you go into this movie theater, you just slaughter a bunch of people that didn't do jack shit to you. You cannot compare the two. I understand why you attempt to compare the two. I understand why. And Charlie Kirk was trying to do the same thing. That's why Charlie Kirk is nothing special. He was nothing special. The fact that America thinks that he was somebody and he was deep lets me know that we're in real trouble. We're in big trouble. It's a bunch of gullible, impressionable people out here. You understand? Because that shit can be debunked easy. Why would you try to compare a bunch of people getting hit and call it a mass shooting to somebody walking in somewhere and hitting innocent people? Okay? Yeah. So, anyway, moving right. Yeah, Tania Marie says sheeple. A bunch of goddamn sheep. A bunch of goddamn sheep. Let's get to more of these comments, man. Let's see. The Destroyer is here, said, don't worry, the National Guard will be in your city soon. Sure, no problem. No problem. He'll be in my city, but the real threat is in Utah. What? Are you fucking? Y'all still don't get it. Racism is a narcissistic disease. You still don't get it. While they're in DC, and I don't have a problem with the National Guard being in DC. They can't come to my area. They're not coming to my area. I live in Mountain, Maryland. I live in a white city. Buddy, how about that? I have no problem with the troops being in DC, okay? But while they're in DC picking up trash, they're literally picking up trash. While they're in DC picking up trash, what's up, brother? No, you can put it in there. Yes, sir, you too. While the National Guard is in DC picking up trash, a sniper is in Utah. Just turned your man's TV off. Come on, man. Y'all hit the subscribe button, man. We tell truth over here. And they fucking hate it. And they can't do nothing with it. They can't do nothing with it. You dig? All you can do is be mad and throw insults in the comments. You understand? Carpet Fire said he spoke about Israel. Now we got somebody smart here in the building. We got somebody smart. See, when Charlie Kirk got his TV turned off, when he got smoked, they all try to say, why would you kill that man for giving his opinion and views? These ignorant motherfuckers didn't know who did the shit and still don't know the motive for him getting killed. These ignorant motherfuckers went straight to, well, he got killed because of his views and opinions. We don't know why he got killed, and you don't know why he got killed. Some of the HBCUs got some threats. What kind of weak shit is that? That's like me getting into a fight with somebody bigger than me and then turning around and punching on some girl. No. Take it to whoever you mad at, go take it to their door. What the fuck the HBCUs got to do with it? Come on, man. JR87 said, we knew immediately, bro. You didn't know. Okay, let me be fair. Because we do fair over here. Okay, we're fair people over here. My whole timeline on Facebook, everybody said he got killed because of his views and opinions. What if that wasn't the case? What if Trump got him up out of here, which is very likely? Who the fuck are you mad at? And y'all sheep running around here mad, ready to go to war. People have been saying that Trump has played y'all. I don't have a problem with Donald Trump. I don't have a problem with what he's been doing. I don't agree with him. I know that he has been practicing racism recently. Yes, Donald Trump has been practicing racism recently. But nevertheless, I'm a strategic person. I don't run off emotions. Some of the moves that he made, I agree with, okay? But nevertheless, you don't know what happened to that man. You don't know who did that, why they did that. We still don't know who did that. They put a face in front of us. See, the irony is, y'all say 9/11 was an inside job. These mass shooters are under MK Ultra. All the conspiracy theories in the world. But when it fits your narrative, it's real. The black dude that tragically, unfortunately killed that Ukrainian woman on the train the other day, that's not MK Ultra. That's not a false flag, right? Of course it's not. Come on, man. This whole incident, listen, I'm being real. Listen, this whole Charlie Kirk incident, the lies that he spewed should go to the grave with him. He was proven wrong in the worst way. Charlie Kirk was proven wrong in the worst way imaginable. I want you to imagine sitting with your wife and kids, talking about a group of people that aren't bothering you or your wife or kids. Listen, the gangbangers in Memphis and Chicago were not bothering his wife and kids. You got them on your brain so heavy as your wife and kids watch you spew this nonsense to only get killed by somebody in your community. That's tragic, Holmes. That's tragic. Yeah, I know you're saying I'm ignorant. No, I'm just telling the fucking truth. Charlie Kirk told the truth, right? Y'all love Charlie Kirk for telling the truth. See, this is the double standard. Charlie Kirk can tell the truth. I can't tell the truth. Why does Charlie Kirk get so much empathy? He didn't have empathy for Trayvon Martin. He didn't have empathy for George Floyd. I don't give a fuck what George Floyd did. He was a human being. He went and made a career off of calling George Floyd a scumbag. And y'all want us to have sympathy for this dude? The double standard within the racist community is outstanding. It's outstanding. Tamir Rice, that's another one. See, we watched, let me tell you, I love it, man. I love this shit. Let me tell you, it's a great fucking week. Let me tell y'all why. We watched Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Pharrell Castile. I can go on and on and on. Sandra Bland. Y'all didn't give a fuck about them people. Y'all didn't give two shits about them people. Did you? Y'all had no sympathy. Not only did you not have sympathy, y'all said that they should have just complied. Y'all didn't care. Fuck a Charlie Kirk. They called them thugs. Yes, they did. They pulled up their backgrounds and they talked about their past. You dig? Y'all, and let me get to this part. This is the funniest part right here. Y'all really believed Charlie Kirk. Y'all really bought that shit. Y'all bought this angelic, right-wing activist, truth teller. Y'all bought that shit. You can look at dude and see. You can look at dude and see. This dude is full of shit. He's like a preacher. He's like Joel Osteen. It's like some Joel Osteen shit. You dig? Listen, I know a lot of people are hurt and mad and angry in my chat room today. But the truth hurts, but it will set you free. You understand? Well, I'm trying to figure out why you're mad. You guys love truth, don't you? You love when somebody can practice their free speech. Don't you? Don't you love when people can practice free speech? Come on, man. One said facts are facts. Shout out to you, one. Shout out to you, one. Sketch this says, get a job, Mr. King. I don't have a job. I have a business. I'm a business owner, sir. You understand? I am the boss. Jennifer Villa said, you ain't saying no truth, brother. What are you talking about? Okay, why don't y'all just debunk the shit? Why don't y'all just type something intelligent? How about that? Josh says, isn't it ironic, don't you think? Man, the irony is diabolical. Joe Pearson said that's what he seemed so worried about. Yeah, he was worried about the wrong shit. Everybody is so worried about black people and gangbangers until the real killers show up. And y'all know, in your heart, the shit that's going on in Chicago doesn't affect you. But this shit right here, this violence that we seen this week and that we're about to see, this affects you because you know the crazy part is, none of these mass shooters are going to these urban neighborhoods. I want y'all to listen close, man. None of these mass shooters and far right-wing extremists, none of them are going to urban neighborhoods. They're going to where you're at. And they're walking in the building and they spraying shit. They shooting you. I ain't gonna front. I was somewhere yesterday, and I don't mean to be prejudiced, but in times like this, being judgmental sometimes can save your life. I was somewhere yesterday, and a dude walked up I never seen before. White dude, had an army book bag, and I had to watch his every goddamn move. I had to watch. I'm just telling the truth. I had to watch his every goddamn move. I know that the dude from Baltimore, when he walks in the building, he's not coming to shoot the whole place up. I've been on alarm for years. For years, when this whole mass shooting thing started, every building I go into, I look for the exit immediately. Not because Top Op Black or Lil J is gonna come in here and shoot shit. No. I'm looking for the exit because there's a major chance that some right-wing extremist racists will come in here and blow everybody's ass off. You dig? Kids from the ghetto, they're not walking up in places for no reason and just taking everybody out. That's not my community. My community has its problems, and I have several videos condemning what goes on in my community. You all have zero videos condemning what goes on in your community. Y'all don't want to talk about mass shooters. Y'all don't want to talk about school shootings. You want to talk about gangbanging. You want to talk about single mother homes. LG said, I feel safe in the black hood. Oh, somebody said flip Chicago red. Listen, the Democrats are done, Ski, man. The Democrats are done. That shit that happened 2 days ago, the Democrats are done. Everybody's looking to the Democrats. They're not going to win this next election. The Republicans got that shit sold up. You dig? Derek says, problem in your community, lazy bums who aren't man enough to work. Now let me ask you a question, Derek, since you're so proud of your comment. What's worse? A lazy bum who won't work, or Scooter the school shooter that's gonna come, that could possibly come to your child's school and start airing shit out? Which one's worse? Which one affects you more? And this is the thing about racism. You won't even care. It don't even matter to you about these school shootings, as long as you can focus on the lazy bums that ain't shit. John Carlos said, bro, I'm black from the Bronx, but I ain't going back to the Bronx. Shit. Listen, you will never sit here and see me justifying what goes on in these neighborhoods or within certain parts of our culture. You'll never see me justifying it. Again, I have many videos condemning certain parts of my culture, and I got to be very clear about that because the black community is a beautiful community. Okay, the picture that Charlie Kirk and those of the likes like to paint, the Myron Gaines of the world, they like to paint it as the black community is just bad. Have you ever been to certain parts of PG County? It used to be one of the richest black counties in the country. Charles County, you understand? Atlanta, have you ever been to fucking Atlanta? Y'all been to Buckhead? Have y'all been to Buckhead? Certain parts of Buckhead, filthy fucking rich, black folks. You dig? So, we're gonna be real over here. Y'all can do the delusional deflection. Let's look at the niggas. Let's not talk about what we got going on. Y'all can do that all you want. But we're gonna talk about everything wrong in America. And we're gonna put it all on the table. And we're gonna hold everybody accountable. This is what you call liberty and justice for all. This is what we stand on. Foundational black Americans have always stood on liberty and justice for all. I'm gonna say that one more time. Foundational black Americans have always stood on liberty and justice for all. When somebody is shooting in the ghetto, it's the grandmothers and grandfathers and the people in the community that want liberty and justice for all. They want the criminal locked up. Tupac had a song called Dear Mr. President. The song went, Dear Mr. President, tell me what to do. These niggas acting up in the hood, send more troops. Go look that song up. Tupac told you. There's a clip of Tupac floating around. He tells you, shit, I don't want crime in my neighborhood either. But the Charlie Kirks of the world, they make it seem like all black people are criminals and we all condone this shit. When the truth is, we don't. One said they drop guns and drugs in black community and liquor stores. What they think, yeah, you already know. You already know. Carpet Fire said, you are cherry picking what you want to believe. No, I'm not you or Charlie Kirk. That's what Charlie Kirk did. Instead of telling me that I'm cherry picking, how about you have an intelligent response and put it in the chat? Derek said, okay, am I watching a skewed view of blacks here in the UK? Because that's the way it's being portrayed here in the UK. Get me? I get you, my boy. Listen, when you go online, I wanna say this. Black destruction is $1 billion industry. Nobody's culture gets exploited like ours. So when you're in the UK and you see all this filth and garbage being highlighted, it is highlighted. There's way more to the equation of black people. But let these people show you, all they'll show is the ratchet, degenerate side that every community has. Even in the UK, there's a small portion of people, black and white, who are degenerate. But Charlie Kirk made a living off of making everybody making everybody think that black people are the only people that have a bad section of the community. You dig? Free Israel. Shout out for the super chat, homie. Peace to you, man. God gives you your potential. Why do they call the projects? Hey, my man, how old are you? God gives you your potential. How old are you? How old are you? Because this is basic knowledge, bro. This is basic shit. Trista Richardson said Charlie didn't want anyone dead. Let me tell you something about Charlie, man. Let me tell you about Charlie, about the Myrons, about the Nick Fuentes's. Let me tell y'all. I want to tell y'all something real quick. I need y'all to listen. Because this new age truth-telling, this is racism transformed. I need y'all to hear me. Back in the 60s, 50s, 30s, they'll hang you from a tree. They'll tell you you can't drink at the water fountain. You can't do this, you can't do that, you're a nigga. This is what they did back in the day. Nowadays, let me tell you the new form of racism. Nowadays, the new form of racism is to come out and present yourself as a Christian, God-loving individual who wants to exhume Christian values, right? Pick pieces of the black community to focus on to change your mind. It's called propaganda, okay? I want to put propaganda on these people. This is the new form of racism. Do you understand? It's Charlie Kirk knew better than to come out and be a racist, outright racist. See, it's very passive aggressive now. Racism is very passive aggressive. You understand? It's not like it used to be. Supreme Automotive said Myron is black and Muslim. What are you talking about? Supreme, stay right there. I need to talk to you. I'm glad you said that. Oh, my man, Francine said dog whistles. Thank you, Francine. See, the untrained ear and eye They don't understand. These are fucking dog whistles. That's what it is. To a 44-year-old black foundational black American, we see this. It's very evident. To somebody born in 2000, they think it's cool. Oh, he's just telling the truth. Whatever. Now, Marvin Gaines, my man said he's black. Let me tell you something about Marvin Gaines. I'm sure y'all have heard of him. Number one, have y'all heard his rhetoric? I'm gonna explain. Marvin Gaines is from the Sudan. He's not foundational black American. Okay? Where my man? Where's Supreme go? Supreme, stay with me. Marvin Gaines is from the Sudan. He doesn't fuck with black Americans. We're different. Okay, I need everybody to understand we're very different than everybody else. Just because we have the same skin color, that does not make us the same people. You dig? If you have a Irish man, right, from Ireland, and you have an Australian, they're two different people. Myron is not us. Okay, and you can hear it every time he talks. A lot of people still don't understand this basic principle. Myron is he's Sudanese, okay? And it's okay. We're not African, okay? I'm not African. I don't have any African on my paperwork. I can't just hop a plane and go over to Africa. I don't have any African people in my family. I don't have an African name, okay? You understand? So me and Myron are very different. Foundational black Americans don't typically, we got our coons, right? We got our Officer Tatums and other people, but Candace Owens is not foundational black American. Myron Gaines is not foundational black American. Obama wasn't foundational black American. That's why they do the things that they do and say the things that they say. You understand? God gives you your potential, said African people hate you. I'm not gonna say all African people, because it's not all African people. But you're correct. A lot of African people don't like us. Okay? Let's understand that. Stop trying to quote Malcolm X. Are you a brother? In the word, Sad Man says, in the words of Malcolm X, white liberals are the enemy of the black man. Again, white liberals are the enemy of the black man. Okay, I agree with that. But the Republicans are too. The Republicans are too, bro. We have no friends. You understand? Not even the Africans, not even the Caribbeans. We have no friends. You dig? Reg 305 said, will you admit the slavery, the Southerners and the Civil War, Jim Crow laws, and the KK are all Democrat acts? I don't give a fuck if it was Democrat or fucking Republican. Are you serious right now? Did you even leave that comment? I don't care what their party affiliation was. That part doesn't matter. I don't fuck with the Democrats. You understand? You got the wrong channel, man. You got to tap in a little more. Frank 1 said, F it, let's separate that. Frank, they're building white colonies all over the nation right now. Are you aware of this? Are you aware? I can't wait to see what that turns out to be like. I'm happy about it. That's a great thing. Not because I'm a segregationist. I'm just saying, if these people think they're gonna go and run away from black people since we're tearing the world up, what's gonna happen when another Charlie Kirk happens? A black man didn't kill Charlie Kirk. You dig? Brody said they were doing the same thing with black colonies. Where? When did black people decide to go to some part of America and build a neighborhood? Number one, we would be shut down. We would be shut the fuck down. When we had our own shit, and it wasn't discriminatory. White people were allowed to go in there. When we had Black Wall Street, somebody put in the comments what the U.S. government did to Black Wall Street. Somebody put in the comments, okay, Supreme. I'm gonna say it again, there may be black neighborhoods, but they're not discriminating. They're not saying black only. That's illegal. You can't say black only. It's like Umar School. You can't have a black-only school. You dig? They don't have black-only clubs. Knock it off. There's no black-only shit. Okay, I'll look into it. To be fair, I'll look into it. But the reason why I've never heard of it, because it's not going anywhere. These colonies, these white-only colonies, they've got plenty of press. They got plenty of coverage because they're actually doing it. You dig? Yes, starting all black communities, but they're not discriminate. They're not saying no white people or Jews can come. That's not what they're saying. You understand? These people are. Let me tell y'all the difference. Let me slow it down because y'all kind of like y'all being slow. Sorry, forgive me. Okay. These people, they're basing their whole. They're not going to build a strong economic neighborhood because they're being oppressed. Okay. They are literally saying, look, you guys are dirty, filthy niggas. You're a dirty, filthy Jew. We don't want you around us. We don't want to be around you. So we're going over here. You can't come in here. Okay? The black communities, I guarantee you they're not doing that. I guarantee you they're not saying, hey, no white people can come in here, no Jews can come in here. God gives you your potential. You says, you all have black TV stations. Are there any all white? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Bro, you gotta go do some research and come back, man. Go do some research. Go do some research and come back. Of why they're black owned things and why we emphasize black owned stuff. You need to go do some research on that. You dig? Christopher the First says no. They say 45 shot in a week. We don't want to be around that. Well, you were around that in Utah 2 days ago. There were no gangbangers in Utah at that college, Christopher. That's why I'm having this live stream. Why don't you answer, Christopher? You are in the hot seat. Christopher, what do you mean you don't want to be around the violence? A white man just shot Charlie Kirk in the neck in front of his wife and kids and 3,000 people. There wasn't a gangbanger in sight, Christopher. Answer me, Holmes. Answer me. Mental health. Supreme Automotive said mental health. What do you mean mental health? Oh, does he get a mental health pass? You telling me the shooter, the sniper gets a mental health pass? Listen. Nothing surprised me no more. Supreme, is that what you saying? Oh, so Vincent says, oh, so the killing has nothing to do with race or mental illness. But so why is it that Charlie Kirk's last words were gangbangers? And particularly black gangbangers. We know that's who he was talking about. His whole platform was based on talking about the degeneracy in the black community. Pretty Girl Do It says they can always get away with it. Derek said, who benefits from that man's death? Well, let's take a look. That's a great question. Who benefits from that man's death? The answer is we don't fucking know. You don't know. See, the problem is y'all think y'all know. Y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Here we go, said one person was shot, not 45. I like that. That's great. But then now I ask you the question. Which one was more impactful? The 45 people that got shot, or Charlie Kirk's death? Which one was more impactful to America? Which one was more impactful to America and harmful to America? Be honest. Be honest. Mustard Seed said the 44. Okay. So you're not going to be honest. No problem. Nancy said the 45. Okay, cool. No problem. You guys know that that's a goddamn lie. And I'm going to explain. I get it. You want to disagree with me just to disagree. I get it. I totally get it. But I'm going to give you some facts. That shit that happened to Charlie Kirk, Number one, a whole bunch of households were in tears yesterday. When the 45 died, the whole world, the whole nation wasn't in tears. That's number one. Number two, the amount of mass shooters that are going to come from what happened to Charlie Kirk is going to last for decades. The amount of mass shooters, maybe somebody will retaliate from the 45. Let's be fair. Maybe 20 gangbangers that got shot out of the 45 are going to retaliate. And they probably going to miss. Or they'll kill one person. But the amount of mass shootings, guess what? They're not, and these mass shootings from the people that are angry about Charlie Kirk, they're not going to Chicago. They're going to your neighborhood. They're going to your schools. Okay? They're going to your banks and your naval academies. Y'all fucking stupid as shit, dog. Y'all can't be this dumb. Jesse said, what 45 are you talking about? Jesse, these fucking idiots said that the 45 shootings in Chicago was more impactful on the nation than Charlie Kirk's assassination. And I'm saying that lightly. I'm saying assassination lightly. This is what they're saying. And they only saying it just to disagree with me. Rashad Lewis said, not going to my hood. I'm on base. Bruh, Rashad, there was an active shooter at the Naval Academy yesterday in Annapolis. I think he shot 3 people. Man, dog, I'm losing brain cells talking to y'all, man. You dig? Christopher the First says he was one man. You still don't get it, bro. You still don't understand. You still, I can't break it down no slower for you, man. I'm gonna try. The amount of mass shooters that are gonna come from that one man dying will last for decades. It's gonna claim hundreds of lives. This is what y'all are telling us, okay? This is what the people on Twitter are saying. They're threatening. They're saying, liberals, we're coming after you. You're next. It's on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Alex Dietz says, yep. Thank you, Alex. We got smart people in the chat. Thank you. Jesse said it furthers the hate from the far right and left. Yeah, everybody's looking crazy out here. These motherfuckers are looking stupid as shit. Meanwhile, still trying to blame black people. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Still, Sacred Heart, you still don't get it, bro. I know it's a little complex. It's a lot easier to talk about black on black crime. It's a lot easier, I know. Let me try to put it like this for the slow people in the building. Which one is more impactful? If I pull up to your house, now I don't want to say that, I don't want to make it seem like a threat. If I shoot a 22, into a crowd of 4 people, no. If I shoot a tank into a crowd of 4 people, a cannon, or if I shoot a 22 at the president and he dies, this is a hypothetical. Which one is more impactful for the slow people in here? Tania Marie said, got it. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. I mean, because these motherfuckers are slow as hell. No, it's not a bad analogy. It's not a bad analogy. It's a shame I even got to give an analogy. You dig? Thank you, Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart said he gets what I'm saying. Thank you. Alex Dietz said, if you remove black people from the crime statistic, which are inflated by the FBI to cause more infighting, would America be safer, more crime-ridden? I know one thing, bro. If you remove black people from the crime stats, Charlie Kirk would still be in a fucking blunt. Right? Right? Listen, y'all preaching to the choir. Go look at my other videos. I know crime is out of control in certain sections of the black community. You got the wrong channel, y'all. Y'all really need to go view my other material. I do whole broadcasts on how the crime, because all it is crime. It's not black on black crime. Okay, it's just crime. But I'm gonna say it again. At least we have a fucking excuse. At least we have a reason. At least we have an explanation. The crime in the dominant society has always been here. It is an evil, sinister crime that kills and wipes out whole lineages. Women and kids, bombs, all kind of shit. Sacred Heart, I'm not gonna go into it. You gotta do research. Listen, Sacred Heart, if you don't understand why, I'll just say a couple things. Number one, ghetto. We didn't make the ghetto. Two, crack cocaine. We didn't put crack cocaine in the neighborhoods. Okay? I'm gonna just leave it right there. That's enough to tear people up. You dig? We can throw in religion. Let's throw religion in there. Let's throw in slavery. These are the explanations, okay? If you don't believe it, you don't have to fucking believe it, okay? Diana Gray said our crimes are about money. So Charlie Kirk died over money? Is that what you're saying? Okay, right. Got you. Carpet Fire says, I'm not a crackhead because I didn't buy crack. Good for you, man. Me neither. I didn't buy crack either. I sold some crack, but I never smoked crack, okay? But that's beside the point. You just one man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all deflect and y'all just do so much. Listen. I encourage everybody just to be fair. Let's have a real fair conversation. Like when I say the ghetto is fucked up because Oliver North and the U.S. government put crack into these neighborhoods, everybody should agree. Like what? When you disagree, you look disingenuous. When you disagree, you look disingenuous. You understand? Everybody should say, you know what, yeah, that is a factor. And I'll be fair. You can say, well, shit, well, why everybody's so violent? You know what I mean? Like, you can go further. We can push the discussion further. But to act like, to either ignore it or to act like that's not a fact is just very disingenuous. You dig? If they flooded these other neighborhoods, I'm talking about flooded. I'm talking about literally gave niggas tons of cocaine to distribute. I'm talking about literally gave Free Ricky Ross tons of cocaine to distribute to the community. Sacred Heart said it's a fact that they did that, but you act like cocaine can only be done by black people in black communities. What? Come on, cuz. I know you smarter than that, Sacred Heart. Crack cocaine. We got to be very clear because it's a difference. Okay? The black community received crack cocaine. They showed them how to cook it at UCLA. They showed them how to turn it to crack. Okay? They showed people. They demonstrated this shit here. Here you go. This is how you do this. It's a lot cheaper because we know from slavery, you guys don't have a lot of money. So we're going to make this crack cocaine cheaper. Go take it to your people, sell it to them, right? So they will not have generational wealth, so they can kill each other over it, so they can be distracted, not be productive, and live in this ghetto and stay right here where we want them. That's that in a nutshell. You cannot disagree with that. Somebody said crack cocaine in the late 80s, early 90s. Okay, yes. So. I know I got to break it down to you slow motherfuckers. Let's say Shaquita, since y'all like the stereotypes. Shaquita was a crackhead in the 90s. Shaquita was selling her ass. She was hanging with the dope boys. And she had babies. Shaquita's babies grew up in an environment where she was smoking crack, doing crime, and being counterproductive. Those babies grow up to know what Chiquita taught them. Those babies have babies. See, I know a lot of us, we came up in good households. So you can't even wrap your fucking head around this shit. I grew up around people whose parents was crackheads. So this, I'm speaking from experience. I know you can't have enough empathy. See, that's the problem. In a racist community, there's no empathy. You can't even fucking wrap your head around what another motherfucker's going through or had to go through. So those babies end up having more babies. They are only taught what they're taught. They know what they know. You understand? You motherfuckers have no empathy at all. Punch Dagger said, Shaquita had no accountability there. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. You dig? Tania Marie said none. Yeah, Tania, man, you see this shit? I love it, though, because this gives me a pulse of how motherfuckers really feel and how unintelligent people really can be and how unempathetic people are. That's why I don't give a fuck about a Charlie Kirk. Y'all agree with him hook, line, and sinker. But when I bring up these real deal facts and points and give you both sides, see, I give you both sides. I say, yes, there's crime in the black neighborhood. Absolutely. But why? See, Charlie Kirk, he would dismiss why the ghetto is the way it is. I know I hate to debunk your favorite goddamn racist, right? But that's the trick bag, to only give you one side. I would have respected Charlie Kirk if he gave you all sides. You understand? Y'all don't want the other side, though. Y'all need the boogeyman. Y'all need the boogeyman. That's the thing. Y'all need the boogeyman. Without the boogeyman, you would just have to focus on school shooters. How? That's boring, dog. That's no fun. Sacred Heart said, come on, man, you act like only black people. Here we go with this dumb shit. Let me tell you something, Sacred Heart. Nobody has suffered the way foundational black Americans have suffered. Nobody. There was never a more sinister, evil slavery like my ancestors had to go through. They used black babies for alligator bait. They would cut out the fetus of a pregnant woman. Let me tell y'all something, and I hate to be graphic, but what they would do to instill fear in the slave, I want y'all to understand this, and a lot of y'all already know, and y'all love it, and y'all really don't care. But what they would do to instill fear in the slave, Skrilla, shout out to you, man. Skrilla said, hey, man, I'm native, and I'm calling bullshit on that. On what? You call it bull? I'll get to that in a minute. What they used to do to instill fear in the slaves, they would string a woman up in the tree, a pregnant woman, cut the baby out of her stomach, let the baby fall to the ground, and stomp the baby's head in, but they would make all the other slaves watch. So it would instill fear in them. That fear was so powerful. You know, they say don't eat meat, right? Because the cow, before he goes into that grinder, he's scared. You're gonna ingest the fear from that animal. You dig? Fear can be passed down. Trauma can be passed down from generation to generation. Do you understand that? Guy Francis said, how about the Holocaust? How long did the Holocaust last? Guy. How long? Kat said, everything you say and verified in the Apocrypha, and God is pissed about it. It emphasizes his vengeance on these demons. Shout out to you, sister. I just lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Freeze says the Holocaust was nearly a decade. Bro, I'm talking about 400 years. Generation after generation after generation after generation. Not only were we physically enslaved, but we were mentally, spiritually enslaved. That's why I said religion has been a downfall of the black community too. Because it's been helpful in certain ways, but religion has hurt the black community because we've been so indoctrinated, right? We've been so indoctrinated with a religion that is not ours, that was not for us. You dig? Shout out to my Christians. I have all the respect for y'all. But not only were we physically enslaved, we were spiritually and mentally enslaved as well. That lasts for years. I want y'all to, I want to give y'all an assignment for everybody who doesn't know, because a lot of people here haven't done any research. Go look up the Willie Lynch letters. Go look up the Willie Lynch letters. Go read that. If you want to know how diabolical that slavery was, go read the Willie Lynch letters. It tells you how the slavery that they implemented will affect black people for centuries and centuries. You understand? Yes, God, I just told you, God gives, said, is it happening now? I just told you, yes, it's still happening now. The Willie Lynch letter is still going on right to this day. When you read it, you'll understand what I'm saying. Skit said Willie Lynch letters were never proven to be true. No problem, I know that too. They were never proven to be false neither. Okay? It was never proven to be false neither. Now, Skrilla, what you were saying? Christopher the First said, my peoples were slaves. Let me guess, you're Irish. Oh, don't fucking make me go to sleep, bro. You're Irish, right? Okay, we get it. You got, yeah, I know. I already knew. You ain't had to type it. Listen, I don't even want to go to the whole Irish thing. Just know it is bullshit. Irish got paid. They got reparations, right? They after they got released from indentured servitude, they were able to get guns and land. Then they were afforded the privilege to oppress black people. So miss me with the whole Irish shit. You dig? David Bell, shout out to you, Chicago in the building. Vladdy Daddy said, I was genuinely praying for Charlie not to pull through. I wasn't, listen, it's not my spirit, and it's not in a lot of our spirits to think like that, but I'm not mad at anybody who did think like that. Listen, let me tell you, man, all these people need to, I'm not saying they need to die, but they need to get the fuck. Democrats, Republicans, everybody that's in power right now, they need to go to fuck head somewhere. They need to get some black folks in there. They need to get some good white folks in there. They need to get sensible people in there. America is going down the fucking drain, cuz. All because of white supremacy and greed and hate and ego. It's going down the drain, man. What's up, man? It's going down the fucking drain, man. You dig? Cherry said USA needs more parties to vote for. Yeah, I agree. This shit right here ain't it, man. And everybody that's riding for either side, you're fucking foolish. You're foolish, like, you're being played. You're being played. Wait for it said, throwing stones from a glass house, dude. Shut the fuck up. Crying Heart said reparations. Yes, indeed. Reparations will be given. Listen, America will never be whole until they make right what they did to the foundation of black Americans. This shit ain't going nowhere but to hell in a handbasket. You know what I mean? Like, let me tell you about me, man. I don't give a fuck. Until they make this shit right with us. This shit ain't, you see what's going on. You see what's happening out here. Skrilla said, what about the natives? You don't see us asking for reparations, man. Free money doesn't exist. You're not native then. Skrilla, if you made that statement, you're not native. I know 3 Indians that get checks every month for $900. They got reparations, dog. The natives got reparations. You dig? Christopher the First said, you got them 40 acres and a mule. Irish didn't get that. See, Christopher, man, did y'all just hear what Christopher said? My man, we didn't get 40 acres and a mule. They reneged on that. We're still owed 40 acres and a mule. You dig? Damn, y'all, I'm talking to a bunch of rookies in here, man. Mr. GTO said 900. What the hell I'm gonna do with that? That's $900 a month for the rest of your life. You don't want that? I'll take your shit. What my man said, Walnut said, MFers ain't getting no 48. Dude doesn't know basic history. That's basic history. Everybody knows that we were promised 40 acres and a mule. And of course, just like good white supremacists, they reneged on that. JJ said, and the shit we worked for was taken and burned. Yeah, evil motherfuckers. Carpet Fire said the only thing that heals trauma is a relationship with God. Well, let me ask you this. Old Charlie Kirk, he was a religious man, wasn't he? And I'm just asking a question. Why didn't Charlie Kirk's God keep him from getting his TV turned off? Can somebody answer me that? Christopher said you lied. No, you're just uneducated. I don't want to talk to you no more. If you didn't know that we never received 40 acres and a mule, we don't even need to talk, Holmes. Mr. GTO said the brothers should have went back to Africa after the Civil War. Sir, why would we go back to Africa when we built America? This is our homeland, dog. We're home. When did your family get here? Mr. GTO, when did your family get here? 1920s, Ellis Island? We been here, bro. We been here. Oh, we got them mad. When we talk about that reparations, boy, we get them mad. Holy Ghost, shout out to you. Lethia Falls, shout out to you. Yeah, they know. Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. They can't come over here with that bullshit. Go back to Africa bullshit. Motherfucker, we were here before you. We built this motherfucker. Even your man Donald Trump said it. Who remembers your man Donald Trump said it? He said African Americans built this country, quote unquote. That's what he said. Holy Ghost said we been here. Yeah, we been here. Trump's ear said Native Americans have been here. Blacks and whites crossed an ocean. Listen, there were already Aboriginal black people here. Sure. 3% of the transatlantic slave trade came from Africa. Sure. The sellouts in Africa sold some of our ancestors. Yes, they sold and you all purchased. See, people like, your ancestors sold you. Motherfucker, yes, they did. They some bitches and you a bitch for purchasing. All y'all some degenerate motherfuckers. And then we came here, we had an ethnogenesis, and now we're foundational black Americans. You see how that works? Bathwater said, bruh, they owe like Pookie. Yeah, they owe. Yeah, they owe. You dig? I always talk about the black slave owners. Now, you ready, Redneck Monkey? Redneck Monkey. Everybody knows it's a fact that a lot of the black slave owners simply bought their family. Your forefathers were so degenerate that when they gave one slave his freedom, he had to buy his fucking family. So yes, on paper, he would be a slave owner. All Skit says, what have we built in the past 100 years? Number one, All Skit, don't say we, because you're obviously not like us. But shout out for the super chat. All Skit, where's your family from, homie? Africa, Caribbean? Which one? Don't be ashamed. Tell us. James Licato said everyone is from Africa. Yeah, everybody has African ancestry. You dig? Miss me with this shit, man. No. All Skit. Where is your family from? Where does your lineage come from? Which one, bro? Mark Johnson said, who is us? God gives. Don't give me that bullshit. Don't tell me I'm divisive. I'm not out in the street talking about fight, white man, fight. Fight back, white man. I'm not out in the street doing that. That's not us. You dig? That's not us. All Skit said Africa. Yeah, you goddamn right. You're not like me, homie. All Skit is from Africa. Okay? All Skit, you need to worry about Africa. Don't worry about what we doing over here. You what has Africa built? That's number one. Don't come over here and ask what foundational black Americans have built. What have your people built in your homeland? You're over here, right? I guarantee you're over here. You over here in America, and you were able to come over here because of foundational black Americans. My ancestors fought for you to be able to come over here. So don't talk to me, yo. My life's been exchanged for yours. FBA said, we built everything and we are from America. Come on, man. I didn't even want to answer his question because you know what I mean? I didn't even want to answer his question. But since we're gonna address this, come on, man. We built America. Fuck you mean what we built? America, the place you fled to. Pamela Montgomery, shout out to you. Johnny Cicero said, what did blacks build? I'm gonna tell you again, America. Come on, man. If we didn't build it, who built it? If we didn't build it, who built it? If we didn't build it, why were we such a hot commodity? We were the hot commodity. All Skit said, you asked about my ancestors. I'm from LA. Yeah. Where's your grandfather from, bro? Carpet Fire said a lot of Irish and Italians. I don't know what that means. They came later, bro. You gotta. We talking about chronology. Get the chronology right. All Skit said Louisiana. Nah, I don't believe you, bro. I don't even want to talk to you, bro. If you don't, let me tell you something. All Skit, let me tell you something. Why that question irritated me. If you don't know what black folks have built here, then your people can't be from here. Because you would know about the Black Wall Streets. You would know about the Rosewoods. You would know about the Greenwoods. You dig? You would know about these things. You would know that we built the country. Where you're sitting at is what we built, motherfucker. We cleared the brush. We picked cotton. We did architecture. We did all kind of shit, bro. Bank Sinatra said, bro, watch one YouTube video, thinks you know everything but an idiot. Okay. Grenier, everybody's mad. Okay, answer me the question then. If we didn't build it, who built it? If we didn't build it, why the fuck was the slave trade such a big deal? I'll wait. All Skit said he asked about the last 100 years. Shout out for the super chat, homie. Listen, we've built plenty of things in the last 100 years. Now, to be fair, because we're fair, we don't Charlie Kirk, we don't Myron Gaines, we don't do a lot of the fuck shit that your heroes do. In the last 100 years, yes, we've had our struggles. You understand? In the last 100 years, there has been more systematic oppression put into place. In the last 100 years, there's been more degeneracy that has been prominent in our community. You understand? See, we're fair over here. We're going to tell the fucking truth. We're going to tell all sides. You dig? In the past 100 years, we've had things like entertainment, rap music, culture has shifted from being productive to counterproductive. So, yeah, there we go. One said the Buffalo Soldiers were FBA. You got damn right. All Skit said, how did we do better under Jim Crow than we did with freedom? What you mean? We had to do better, or we get hung from trees. Are you fucking stupid? We get hung from a goddamn tree. You get out of line in Jim Crow, they come to your house and put a cross in front of your yard and drag you and your family out. You and your daughter and your son, they drag you out and hang you up from a fucking tree. Nigga, you can't be from here. You can't be from here. Carpet Fire says fatherless homes is what made the ghetto. Well, if fatherless homes is what made the ghetto, and that's an absolute lie, and you know it's a lie, then what made did the guy who turned Charlie Kirk's TV off, was he from a single parent home? I'll wait. Y'all in a bad place. Y'all can't talk the same shit y'all was talking last week, bro. Y'all can't talk. Hold up, y'all. My joint gonna click out. Y'all can't talk the same shit that y'all was talking last week. It's a new day, bro. We saw firsthand who the real killers are. We saw it firsthand. The same day Charlie Kirk got his TV turned off, there was a school shooting. 2 weeks ago, there was a school shooting. Yesterday, there was a shooting, a mass shooter in a naval yard in Annapolis. Kilimanjaro said, a new mofo day. Yeah, it's a new day, bro. They can't hit us. Listen, y'all on display right now. You understand? White on white crime is on display right now. Full display for the whole world to see. And it's not two niggas in the ghetto shooting each other. I'm talking about real deal political violence. I'm talking about in your face on primetime TV in front of your kids, in front of the kids that ain't never seen no violence. This shit is in your motherfucking face. It's not tucked away in some alley. Deal with it. It's a new motherfucking day. Don't talk to me about no black on black violence, cuz. Yeah, there's no black on black violence. There's crime in the black community. But y'all don't have the right to talk about that no more. You gotta clean your own backyard up first, man. Y'all about to take us to World 3 and you worry about fucking Chicago. Bro, I can't. Y'all think Putin and China is focusing on Chicago? No, they want y'all greedy motherfuckers that's in that White House. Huh? Huh? Do y'all think Putin and China and all these other nations that are conspiring against the U.S., you think they care about what Pookie and Ray doing on fucking 21st Street? We got bigger fish to fry. Do you dig? Curtis said, how many black people have been murdered and killed for their chains? Well, from what y'all saying, Charlie Kirk was killed in front of 3,000 people. Fuck a chain. At least chain has value. From what y'all saying, he got killed for his opinion. Which one is worse? Getting killed for a chain or in a robbery or getting killed for your opinion? Don't come over here with that bullshit, man. We're very sharp over here, you understand? Very sharp over here. Your little degenerate racial comments don't work over here. It's nothing. Charlie Kirk, his points were nothing. Myron Gaines, his points are nothing. Andrew Tate, his little racist ass, his points are nothing. Nothing. You understand? Yeah, y'all know y'all getting that work today, man. Y'all know how we do it on Top Flight TV, man. Trey D, shout out to you, homie. Y'all hit the subscribe button if y'all want to get into this dialogue every week, man. I do this shit. I try to go live every day, man. I'm a videographer by trade, man, so I take a little break from editing and I get it in, you know what I'm saying? My life been exchanged for yours, FBA says. FBA is getting own land back. Yeah, we gonna get right, bro. Let me tell you, man, they gotta make it right with us. They can't keep acting like we second-class citizens. They can't keep ignoring us, dog. The day the rest of the world sees that they treat foundational black Americans the way we're supposed to be treated, the day the world will have respect for America again. Let me say that again. The day that America decides to treat foundational black Americans like we are supposed to be treated and not second-class citizens, the rest of the world will respect America again. You understand? Yeah, all the little degenerate comments, you're the exact reason why the rest of the world hates us. All the racist listen, I don't mind them. I don't mind them. But you think other countries don't see this shit and see who you really are? They're the reason. You motherfuckers are the reason why we are fucking 2 minutes from getting bombs dropped on us. Y'all, they see your fucking evil, hating ass. You see what I'm saying? They don't like that shit neither. Because if you think about, man, a lot of these nations, man, they, you know, like a lot of these nations, they sit back and watch like, dang, y'all some filthy motherfuckers. You dig? These racists are filthy motherfuckers. If you're not racist, you ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm not talking about you. Supreme Leader said, Top, you saw this coming when we were kids. Who was Supreme Leader? Supreme Leader, what it do, man? Dwayne Curry said, but they say we have the lowest IQs. Listen, man, they so full of hate. They so full of hate that they so worried about our IQs and the crime that goes on and whether a nigga has a father in his home, that they not even worried or focused on motherfucking real world politics. You dig? Carpet Fire said, you done nothing but hate this whole time. Listen, I know the truth sounds like hate to you, bro. I know the truth sounds like hate to you. You understand? I'm not gonna try to change your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody in their right mind, they heard fairness, they heard justice, and they heard compassion. They heard conviction. You understand? Holy Ghost said one of their own made Kirk children's fatherless, and they still gonna hate black people. Listen, racism is an insidious disease, man. These racist people, their brains are fried from racism. Their brains are literally decaying. They can only say the same thing over and over. They can only think one thing. It's just tunnel vision at this point. Trail, shout out to you, man. No, listen, man. Listen, Trey D said, I say my people, but whatever they call y'all ignorant, but they redneck as fuck. Listen. I feel so good, man. It hasn't hit a lot of people what just happened, but I'm here to bring the truth to you all, man. It's a new day. We don't want to we don't want to see y'all focusing on us no more. We're going to put the spotlight on y'all at this point. This white on white crime has to stop. It's out of hand. It's out of hand, man. You understand? Linda Lewis, I appreciate you, sweetheart. You dig? Yeah, you can make fun of the way I say truth. That's no problem. But regardless, the spotlight is on. It's shine time, baby. It is shine time. Black said, "Are you against black on black violence?" There's number one. There's no such thing as black on black violence. That is propaganda that y'all made up. Okay. Now, am I against violence in the black community? Yes, I'm against violence in every community. I don't want to see no community be violent. I'm against cartels in the Mexican community. I'm against chomos in the white community. I'm against the triads and the people who bring over the fentanyl from the Chinese community. I'm against violence and crime in all communities. So there you have it. Crime is not just subject to one race of people. You dig? Black said, who killed Fulio? Well, we know who killed Fulio. We already know who killed Fulio. Shout out to Fulio. That was a cool dude, man. I knew Fulio in real life. That was a cool brother, man. But he knew he was going to die. He knew he was going to leave this earth. You know what I'm saying? He knew. He already knew. Where's Supreme go at, man? I'm trying to figure out who Supreme is, man. Cigar Silver and Cigar says, I'm not worried about the triad when I walk outside. That's fine, but you know who you should be worried about? Scooter, the school shooter. I'm worried. I can hit Where I live at, I can hear my kids playing at recess from my doorstep. I hear them right now playing at recess. I worry for my kids that not a black man, but Scooter was gonna run up in my kid's school and start shooting. That's who you should be worried about. You dig? In the black community, if you're not doing crime, you typically have nothing to worry about. In mass shooter land, they go in and they get innocent people, people that did nothing to them. Nobody in the vicinity did nothing to them. You dig? Beautifully M3, shout out to you. A Trail Shaw said, I speak truth and I see the light and the devil got you fooling. I don't understand. You gotta figure out how to speak, homie. Husker said, blah, blah, blah. I know you ain't like that truth bomb, did you? That's the absolute motherfucking truth. Please tell me I'm lying. You have never seen a demon, a savage, okay, a motherfucking driller. You've never seen a stepper go into a school with elementary kids that did nothing to them. You've never seen them go into a school and start gunning people down. You've never seen that, have you? Nope. The Lil Big Nate show said, now I'm blocked. You're blocked where? Hey, black people, don't let people fool y'all, okay? Yeah, we got our problems, but everybody has their fucking problems. We are not the fucking scum of the earth. We are not all degenerate, okay? Don't let these people, see, that's why everybody loves Charlie Kirk on the low. I'm friends with a lot of white folks, and I was surprised at a lot of the white chicks that I saw that had black babies. You dig? They was rocking with Charlie Kirk on the low. They started crying when he got killed and they exposed themselves. But it was funny to me that they all participated and subscribed to this shit. My life been exchanged with the $20 super chat. Salute you, homie. My man said, support FBAs, keep it real. Yeah, all day, man. All motherfucking day. JJ said, Scooter the rapper was AM Fix. You gotta learn how to type, homie. Black said, I am a black man, Top Flight TV. Well, act like it, homie. You must have said some dumb shit. You must have said some dumb shit, man. A Trail said, that's because they have no fathers at home. Charlie Kirk got y'all gone, man. Y'all just keep saying the same shit like robots. Y'all keep saying the same shit like robots, and then we saw the proof. We saw that everything he said was a lie in regards to violence in America. That's what makes that shit special. Everything that he said regarding black crime was a fucking lie, and we saw it in real time. Black said, Top Flight TV, why don't you want us to fix our community? Who the fuck said that? Have you been listening, Black? I have plenty of videos on my goddamn YouTube about holding our community accountable. I talked about the troops being in DC. I don't have a problem with that. What are you saying, bro? You're mistaken. SMK said Charlie Kirk like a ballet dancer. Ouch. Christopher said, you got love for everyone, but you're tired of people only pointing out black crime. If so, that was dumb. That was dumb, bro. That was dumb. That was stupid. Yeah, listen, don't just, listen, let me break it down simpler for you. Don't just point out black crime without pointing out the underlying root cause of black crime. That's what, it's very simple. If Charlie Kirk was a fair man, a man of God like he said he was, he would talk about black crime, but he would also talk about the underlying root of black crime. When you go out here in the street and you just say these gangbangers are vicious animals, that sets those people up to be exterminated. If you go out there and say these people are vicious gangbangers and this is why, and this is what we need to do to fix it, and we understand, that's a whole nother ball game. You dig? Cat said, oh, shout out to you, Cat. I appreciate you, sweetheart. The super chat. Russell 54 said, fuck Charlie Kirk. Yee boy said, R.I.P. George Floyd. Yeah, R.I.P. to George Floyd. You understand? Charlie was running around on a campaign talking about George Floyd, denigrating his name, but now all of a sudden everybody wants us to respect his punk ass. Fuck him. You dig? The S Rider said, gangbangers the biggest chicken shits on the planet. I don't condone gangbangers, but the biggest chicken shits on the planet are those who commit violence. See, you know, I'm gonna stop. I'm glad you made that comment. He's more mad at gangbangers than he is school shooters. Where'd he go? I want to say his name. Wouldn't y'all think that school shooters would be on a #1 priority list over gangbangers? Wouldn't y'all think that? These people are more mad at gangbangers than school shooters. This is the society we live in today. We live in a society where people are so obsessed and fixated, and we know why, because they're black. But the school shooters, y'all don't say shit about them. They're not on your mind. Why are they not on your mind? They're on my mind, because I got kids. Kat said, it's all about color, and it's all about the fact that they are upset that they aren't the chosen. That's why the world is the way it is. Trail Shaw said, after my boy Charlie Kirk got it, I'm done being peaceful. Yeah, thank you, sir. I'm glad. See, this is what I'm saying. He didn't say after those kids at the elementary school were taken out, he's done being peaceful. He said after Charlie Kirk, fucking tools, a sheep. What kind of sheep are y'all? And y'all are shameless sheep. Shameless. And you're mad. You dig? Y'all see it? Shit, on that note, that right there, bro, that kind of sealed the deal, man. That kind of just took us home, man. You dig? Hey, Black said, you making sense. Yeah, man. I mean, think about this. Nasty work. Disgusting work. And that's why nobody gives a fuck that Charlie Kirk is dead. You dig? If he'd have went around talking about mass shootings the way he talked about black gangbangers, he would be still living. You dig? Jim said, you're wrong. Sure, Jim. Sure, Jim. Hey, shout out to y'all, man. I will be back. I might be back. I gotta go to the town tomorrow. I might be back tomorrow, man. I might come back later on the day. I don't know. I got some shit to do, but I appreciate y'all, man. Be easy. Yeah, no, before I go, I want to say you motherfuckers are nasty work. You're more concerned with gangbangers than you are with school shooters.